Well, the Resident Evil is they're making new remake. I just want to talk about the Resident Evil and that um the most of the I experience with Resident Evil there's mostly likes Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the action series started, and then Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 6 was good because it was made um like similar to the other series of Resident Evil 0 and how Veronica was. And there is um three campaigns that you could play, three campaigns, and there's a level, there's a pub level, there's no hope, there's like there was action, like that Resident Evil 6 game was good. They could change it, but like you say, Resident Evil 6 has co-op, it has like zombies, it has like similar to the CGI movies that would have been, and there's like areas to explore, there's like action, there's like awareness, there's like need to look behind you, and no hope that is very difficult, and need to be like doing well, and there may be most practice on no damage on that series, and Resident Evil 6 Revelation, Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake. I don't think Resident Evil 3 remake is that more difficult. Maybe in the end of dodging, only the Nemesis battle and stuff. But I think Resident Evil 2 remake is harder too. 3, and then 4 remake too. And then why is it that those series was good? Because it has like similar to the original series and Resident Evil 4, and how Resident Evil 3 is like they would have like done similar to like how Resident Evil 4 with 6 like explore areas like Resident Evil 3 was from the original, where there's a lot of areas to explore. There was like Nemesis, there was like scary parts, encounters, and stuff, and then there's like Resident Evil 6. There's like 3 campaigns. There's like Ada Wong is in there. There's like Chris Redfield, Leon, the starting characters that it should start. And imagine if there's another series that they surprise maybe, or another series that could come along with the original characters. Maybe 3 characters timeline maybe, or 2 campaign. Like Resident Evil 4 remake, it had like where one no one is talking about is that Ashley in the trailer was running. It shows Ashley running in the trailer in Resident Evil 4, and I would like to show that part because Ashley really did was in Resident Evil 4, but she was in the remake, but she was running. Would have done like a DLC to show like parts, and then and Operation Javier from Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles or the Umbrella Chronicles series. The Dark Side Chronicles, and then because I followed the Resident Evil series, and this I would like to show where in the trailer of Resident Evil 4, There's the Resident Evil 4 remake. And you would see in this part that no one explained that this would have shown like a DLC of Ashley from Resident Evil 4 remake. This is the Resident Evil 4 trailer. You will get to see Ashley from Resident Evil 4. This is like you're gonna see that they have content in it. Like see, you see this part that would have done for Resident Evil 4 remake. And that makes sense, right? To agree on that Ashley was like shown that was the story or show like parts. That's right. Like that's why I was explaining that explained that parts are like timeline and content and something to see more about the character than the side characters. You see Ashley, she's just standing there. I would like to show that again. You see this in instant replay. You're gonna see Ashley is just standing there, and it looks like it's like playable, and that makes sense. Probably maybe players didn't explain this in their, and that's why I'm just showing this. And you're gonna see. Look, it's playable. It looks playable. That's why Resident Evil 4 has a combined Resident Evil 6 style in the end, where when Leon escaped from when he beat the final boss, and then you escape, and then he jumped over a little action button where you jump over the rock to go on proceed to find to escape from the cave. And it's like Resident Evil 6 a bit with Resident Evil this generation, and that like I think that they maybe like they won't be, I won't jinx it, but if there wasn't like trying to put Resident Evil this generation in the future, or would take that's why they put a bit glimpse in Resident Evil 6, the Resident Evil 4 remake, and you see that Ashley's in here, and that's why it's kind of like a campaign from Resident Evil 6 that wouldn't hurt the Resident Evil 4 remake. It would have like a DLC. It would have done like that explanation of like main characters. And imagine a Resident Evil 1 remake has a DLC like this, but as the stars members, but then something happened to them, only for like those who wanted to know what happened to those stars. Maybe they would have explained that if Resident Evil remake ever gets a remake. And this is Ashley. It did show, this is playable in the trailer. It shows the trailer of it, and it's playable. Like this is like no this is like really from the trailer from Resident Evil 4 remake, and that it shows Ashley's running. Like it would have been playable, you know, that would have make sense, you know, the story that needed, that maybe most wanted to see for the remake, than just a reimagine. The reimagine is good, but the half story that never explained, you know, to see how like parts that would have shown like how Ashley got taken, how she was in there, how she got to the village, how she escaped, how she was running. Like that part, like how she escaped, will explain that. Like that's something important, right? Like how the player will know how Ashley escaped, you know, and then she got to the area she was hidden, and that's how Leon find Ashley. Yeah, this is playable, you know. Would want to see more of that. That's why Resident Evil 4 remake like really was kind of like a complete series. like just like Resident Evil 6 is. Imagine if Resident Evil Racing come, there probably is co-op areas to added, no car content, bigger map maybe, um, like the bigger map. Then there's like Leon zombies entering doors. Oh, they will never put that in. Oh, like um characters to show with them, like two campaigns, like how it would be to see if all characters you be playable. Like Resident Evil 4 Remake has a chance to have not from a separate series if they didn't like stop um the DLC, and then they would have put Operation Javier in it. That did show a glimpse of that would have make a sign, right? That like how you play Resident Evil 4 from the original, the old timeline, the old OG, where you play Resident Evil 4, then you never imagine there would have been a DLC, but it was a separate. But there, it wasn't a DLC. It was like a separate game, and then it was the timeline, and it was like a movie thing, shooting game. The Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles that was made for that, and you got to see the Operation Javier, and you got to see like Leon with Krauser, how they were a team. And then right before Krauser betrayed Leon, they would have shown that, right? That perhaps it would take long. That's why I see, and that perhaps it will come, and perhaps they were like they're doing the same thing they did way back, where you play Resident Evil 4 and out of nowhere after like maybe a few when time passes, Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles came out, and that's how you got to see the Operation Javier. Imagine if there it was a game now, similar to Resident Evil 4 style, and it would be like similar to like Code Veronica kind of timeline, a specific series that was somehow they decided to made it. Like, what is the reason they made Resident Evil Code Veronica? You know? Yeah, they say it's supposed to be Resident Evil 3, but maybe they made it because of the timeline. That's why they made it. They would have put like something like that with Operation Javier. That would be the first step in there, and then Resident Evil this generation. Maybe Infinite Darkness would be playable, and then we get maybe that would be too much. Maybe they could do that, and then 3 campaigns, 2 players characters, side characters if they want to put. Then how similar to Resident Evil Remake was the free DLC, and those characters. What if they survive? Imagine if the stars they want to put and see them, and then you want to know what happened to them. And Resident Evil 1 Remake. And then the Resident Evil Generation, like side characters, maybe from Damnation, 2 characters surviving, campaign separate, battles, CQC style, similar to Resident Evil 5, mechanic from Professional when facing against Wesker. That'd be like too much to see, because I think, like they say, Operation Javier will be. That's a good spot right there, you know, because you want to play Resident Evil, but maybe they will do that or not, but who knows, because like Code Veronica probably will come, or Resident Evil Operation Javier playable, like they never did, they put into like a movie type of thing. It's good because why? Because you will get to play a lot because you will know about the timeline. It'll be playable. A retelling from Resident Evil 2 remake or 3 remake. And how would Resident 3 remake would look like if it was like a shooting game similar to Dark Side Chronicles? That will make sense because it will has like it will explain the time. Maybe those want to know about the timeline. You will see like areas like how the original Resident 3 didn't have, and then when the Dark Side Chronicle came out, the Resident 3 from the Dark Side Chronicles was there, and then there was like the Raccoon City. There was like different areas, the streets, the characters was doing, and it's playable. Even though it's like a movie, but it's playable as a shooting game. Yeah, that way it makes sense, right? And then our person Javier, like how it would look. There is zombies. There is zombies from the original. Like before they changed the Resident Evil series, our person Javier could have a chance of the zombies, and then because Leon is like a lot of his adventures, and then you'll see Veronica. Maybe they will perhaps in Operation Javier. I will not jinx it if they will put the umbrella where Chris Redfield and Jill finished Umbrella from Europe in the series of Dark Side Chronicles that I explained. They could show that part 2 with Operation Javier, another DLC, like how they did with Ada Wong with Resident Evil 4 Remake. Ashley would have shown 2, there would have been 3. And I don't think maybe the players didn't explain, or they didn't like explain it well, that maybe Ashley isn't important in the Resident Evil 4 series, but she is, and then because she was with Leon, and then she also was shown in Infinite Darkness, and that would have been a good glance of like that. It does kind of feel like it's like it shows like how I never shown before with Leon, with how he got to Resident Evil 4. Like it shows, it shows the how Leon set up for his mission. Yeah, I never shown this part. It's not that bad to show cutscenes. Like it could show them. It could still be Resident Evil 4 style. From that, it would have made sense. After severe, like like how Leon is, how Ashley could show in the forest, running, playable. A DLC would be, and I feel like they shouldn't be like similar to the others, and you just put that, Operation Javier, this generation, Vendetta, timeline, or Resident Evil Code Veronica, and have the same similar to Resident Evil 4 that did the Resident Evil 4 series well. Yeah, and have them do the Code Veronica, Resident Evil, this generation, different timeline, how maybe show like how maybe not like skip the story. I know it's too much, and I know that they wanna like gonna do this, but like imagine if they do and then put the story and like how Rebecca Chambers left BSA, and how like what happened to the BSA team that was in Revelation 1. There's an and maybe if Revelation ever gets a remake, they could show like other areas, like how Leon is. That's why I think that's why Leon is a good thing, because it bring back the series again. Look, Leon exploring areas, and that could something that could be, and with Leon, and then And then Revelation. And then Revelation has like there's like three will happen three DLC if it gets a remake Revelation. It could show us the zombies that was shown. That's a different timeline. It wasn't like it wasn't um made up. It was from the timeline from Revelation 1. I do like to see zombies because that's how it was scary and make it good. You know, it's like a movie, and then like it shows Revelation from Resident Evil 1, and I would like to revisit it because like in Revelation it was special because like it would have shown like the zombies. Um it would have shown like what happened to the regional members of BSAA. Like there was other characters from with Operation One. They had explained them, right? There were with Chris. There was what happened to them. What happened to the team? Did they got killed off? Did they was removed? Look, this is the original Resident Evil from Revelation 1. Look, you see, for Resident Evil 1, this is the original Resident Evil, and you know, a remake could possibly return this because I wanted to see this. I want to see the timeline. I want to see zombies. I want to see what Chris and Jill is doing. Like I know they're gonna start new characters soon after when the new Resident Evil comes out. The next title from since Resident Evil, you know, this one makes sense. You know, I would want to see the scares again. You know, from Resident Evil Revelation, and look, that's a clone. You know, there's a clone right here. You know, because shown like they're doing this. And that's why, you know, now they have a chance because they have Resident Evil 4. They have the team that return that knows about Resident Evil. They put the Resident Evil 4. They put the Revelation. I want to see like two DLCs, you know. I want to see. It's not bad, you know. Not be like too hard. No, you know, just put the timeline, you know. Put like the Revelation, Chris Redfield, Jill. Revelation, and then Resident Evil Vendetta. Oh, I named specifically because there's like a part where Rebecca left PSA. Chris Redfield was still there with Pierce Nivens. That would be perfect for Resident Evil 6 to have a DLC if it gets a remake. I don't know how well they're gonna remove action or what's gonna be? Will it be enhanced? Will they put like zombies? Would they put a DLC with Resident Evil 6? Then there'll be like a lot, you know? Like Resident Evil 6, then we'll have Ada Wong, it has Chris Redfield, and then it has Kate Miller, Leon, no, like Ada Wong, Leon, Kate Miller, and Sherry. And then a DLC, maybe where because you know Pierce Nevin dies in Resident Evil 6, you know, and that if Resident Evil 4, like how come Leon gets all the spotlight and have an Operation Javier, and after that Resident Evil 6, Chris Redfield or whatever character doesn't get receive from that same treatment, like Resident Evil 6 could have how because the person even is the last part or what happened to him and he gets killed off. Pierce Nevin could get his own story, and then on DLC for like Rebecca Chambers because in Resident Evil 6 Rebecca Chambers with Chris, she was by herself on her own mission. Maybe it could be like that Rebecca Chambers gets her own mission because it's in the stage where they were singing. They explained the story of Resident Evil of 6, and then it could show Chris with Pierce, but he came later on, you know? He came later on, like, how his role is, and then Rebecca Chambers she's the starting character or something, and then what she's doing, and then Chris Saber or something, and that's how it's over, you know, in that part, and then they do another timeline, but that would be too much, you know, and that's how it is in the Resident series, and that what I could see from Resident 4 remake by watching it over again. And Ashley's in there, you know. Ashley's really in there, and that it's not like made up. It's not like it's the character is not playable. Or they weren't intended to put a campaign for Ashley. Could have been, you know. This is not bad, you know. It could show Ashley what happened to her. It could have shown like how it's the first time ever that I'm talking that Billy Corgan, you know, that I even wanted to know what happened to Billy Corgan over the time passes, and then now in 2024, and since way back, they've been explaining that they wanted to see Billy Corgan, what happened to him, what happened to the forest, what happened to him, is he ever coming back, what happened to Steve, where Wesker explained that maybe he has been revived or didn't. Like so many parts is missing, and then Resident Evil 4 Remake has the biggest chance to do that. It did, you know. That shows Ashley, and then and it's hard, you know. It's hard because like Billy Corgan didn't get his parts. But Resident Zero didn't have a remake or Resident Evil 1 because you know zombies that you want to see, you know, and that actually first time ever received a glimpse of her campaign, first time in history of Resident Evil series that they ever did for a character that isn't like that important. But actually was because she was with Leon, you know, and then how much popular it was, how much success it was for Resident Evil 4 Remake they got, and that actually it shows in the Resident Evil that no one explained this, you know. It's the first time in history that Ashley received a campaign, but it wasn't playable, but it did show, you know. It didn't show it was canceled, nothing. They showed a trailer. The Resident Evil did it. They went ahead and went to that. They didn't like step away from it. Resident Evil like didn't like stay away from it. Didn't want to tend to make the story for Ashley because they know about Ashley. Because they know the story. And that's why they did it. They show how Ashley like even so if they don't want to do that, like how a player could say like, oh, I want to see what happened to Ashley, you know, like how she escaped. Even so it's not playable, you don't want to do that. Maybe just show Ashley just what happened, you know, and how she escaped from, like maybe you don't want to explain how she escaped from the monsters or whatever from Resident Evil 4 that was made, and how she escaped, you know. Could have shown that, you know, how she got taken by Krauser, you know, then having dialogues. If like that's the explanation of that when saying about the Ashley situation, like and and you got to that part, and then but that's why they did, you know, because if you don't know Resident Evil much and you don't haven't played a lot of Resident Evil series, You know that probably they will not do that or something like that. But you try harder and say, okay, um, even so you don't want to like put actually a campaign. Maybe put so in the trailer. Maybe in the trailer, maybe they could, and they did. They did put Ashley in the trailer. They did show her, and then she escaped. And like, that's why I would like repeat the from Resident Evil 4 trailer, and that's why I don't think no player ever explained this. There was some others talk about Resident Evil. Um, this is like the first time in history that Ashley did shown. You know, there's a chance, but who knows that they will never do that. You know, but maybe they should. You know, put Billy Corgan campaign, Steve campaign. What happened to Stars? Playable forest, scary zombie enter doors. Um, you know, like this. They did, you know, have the same team for Resident Evil 4 to do this again. You know, look, see, she's running from out of nowhere. You know, not even, not even the players want to see. You know, they didn't explain this. They don't want to see this. You know, how come 81 gets all the spotlight? You know, have some other characters are shown. They just 81. Um, yeah, this is the Resident Evil 4. You know, Leon is like searching. You know, it's a very popular series. You know, Resident Degeneration. I can imagine the Resident Degeneration would have come out. You know, would have come out for Resident Evil. You know, for Resident Evil 4. That I think most will want to play in. But I see why they don't want to put more into it. But they should, you know. It's a very interesting cutscenes from Resident Evil 4 from Ashley that you don't get to see from the Resident Evil when you beat it or anything. The good thing there's a trailer exists, and that's why they put that, you know. That's like how the CGI was, you know. That's where it started the story, it started the timeline, it started like, even so it's not campaign playable for you to play, but you get to see in the movies.